This building where we're standing now is the Arts and Community Resource Centre for Ballymun, and that's no accident that it is both. We just refer to ourselves as Axis. We're located in North Dublin, and we're a community undergoing one of the largest regeneration programmes Europe has ever seen. So I was delighted to be involved in something like the Hijabi Monologues. That really speaks to what we do.
My responsibility is to make sure that the actors become sufficiently comfortable with the texts and with their performances. I happen to come from an artistic background which has had to be sensitised all the way through, so I'm conscious of those. And I do have personal hopes for this project, but my responsibility is to make sure that it is an artistic success.
Will you be one?
Yeah.
Orla 2?
Yep.
3. Okay.
This morning, what we've been doing is we have been basically reading through the sections that we have. We're seeing what works best with whose voice, and we're just discussing what might go in what order, what the particular arc of the evening will be.
I'm tired of not crossing some unknown rule of gender interaction to prevent folks from having a field day and saying, "See, those religious girls, they're freaks."
One thing that we mustn't forget is that it is a sensitive subject for an awful lot of people, people's faith, people's beliefs. So we have to deal quite sensitively with that, while at the same time not limiting ourselves by fear of offending anybody.
Some of the stories are incredibly beautiful. One of the things I liked about the sort of full gamut of stories that we read today is that they cover a range of human emotion and experience. What they are not is none of them is a stereotype.
There were pieces of the text that I found moving that I didn't think I would, and other pieces that I was very surprised at other people's reading of, which happily surprised. I think it's just going to be very exciting to work with each other and talk about stuff that maybe we each have little curiosities and misunderstandings about.
It was an extraordinary experience to hear it read aloud by the performers for the first time.
My auntie's son was working in his photography shop and a man came in to buy a photograph. He shot my auntie's son 20 times in the face and chest. A neighbour, a good man who was shot 100 times and left to die in our street.
We had to take a break at one stage in the reading because such was the power of the writing.
That is the most dramatic story you could possibly imagine. I mean, I don't think you could imagine a more traumatic experience in a person's life than to have your home raided and bombed. From that to the everyday, mundane story of washing your foot in the toilet. I mean, it's all in there.
That blend, that arc, to soundtrack that journey is kind of what it's all about.
It was also very funny, and we're very lucky with the cast. So we have a couple of actors here who are capable of great comedy, which makes them capable of great pathos and great tragedy as well.
I heard someone's voice in the hallway. She's putting her foot in the sink. What? Yeah, she's putting her foot in the sink.
Obviously our challenge is going to be to strike that balance between the pathos and the humour.
I don't think a theatre show can answer many questions, but I think it could provoke some of the right kind of questions, and that's my hope for the production. But it's a theatre show. It's not a revolution. So it will be small steps, and I think if we achieve a few small steps, I'll be very pleased.